For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now.
Watching this movie in 2021, so many tropes, subplots, moments, character arcs, they all seem very familiar. You've seen these now in multiple gangster films. Now, let's time machine back to 1998. Did Satya teach Bollywood all of this? Ram Gopal Verma's Satya is considered not just one of his best, but one of Hindi cinema's best. A phenomenal achievement considering it was made on a 2 crore budget, which adjusted for inflation is still not 100 crores, na? So despite the budgets being so low, all new actors, no name writers, Satya came and crashed into the mainstream narrative like a wrecking ball, changing the gangster genre and Mumbai-based storytelling for a long time to come. Perhaps forever. 1998 को accurately recall तो नहीं कर पाऊंगी मैं because I was 10 years old. But I remember Hindi cinema only meant hero-heroine का song and dance romance bus. The biggest films that year were कुछ कुछ होता है, Soldier, प्यार तो होना ही था, प्यार किया तो डरना क्या, दिल से. The last one, despite being a political film, still was most famous for Chhaiya Chhaiya. Everything was glossy. Nice, bright colors, clean, scrubbed faces, satisfying endings neatly tied together. ऐसे में, to bring a movie where the lead is a soft-spoken gangster without any dialogue bazi, the man is so subdued that he has little to no style, and then he dies at the end along with literally everyone else, could not have been something the audience expected at all. I also remember, because I hadn't watched Satya in a movie theater being too young at the time, what we knew about the film was only through snippets on cable TV. गोली मार भेजे में, सपने में मिलती है, and Mumbai का king कौन? Only years later, after I'd watched the film in its entirety, I realized Manoj Bajpayee was not in fact the lead of the film and that Bhikhu Matre and Satya were two different characters. Just recalling this here to establish how many new talents suddenly erupted from this one movie, let's quickly go over the main credits a bit. On the cast at the time, the biggest name was Urmila Matondkar, who'd shown what she was all about with Rangila, the Kamal Haasan starrer, Indian, even Judai had released by then. पर बाकी cast, J.D. Chakravarti, Manoj Bajpayee, Saurabh Shukla, Shefali Shah, Makarand Deshpande, Govind Namdev, written by Saurabh Shukla and someone called Anurag Kashyap. Now you hear these names and you know it's good stuff. शिफाली शाह है तो डेली क्राइम निकलेगी, मनोज बाजपेयी है तो मिसेस सीरियल किलर भी निकल सकती है, पर chances are higher that it will be a Bhosle. In 1998, none of these names, which would now bring people to a movie theater, existed. So the first week, no one went. According to a Manoj Bajpayee interview, the film started seeing audiences only in the second week after release, once word of mouth spread and people gradually began to realize that Hindi cinema history was being written in front of their eyes. You see, Satya brought to the Hindi mainstream a borderline uncomfortable realism. If you exclude the lip sync songs, which apparently Ram Gopal Verma did not want in the film but had to add in because a movie without songs at that time was just unimaginable. Mumbai underworld में glamorous सिर्फ वही लोग थे जो अमीर थे. Satya showed you the universe of ex-henchmen who had gone on to create their own little empires, perched extremely precariously atop teetering towers of ego and survival instinct. This layer of the underworld, which is not the big bosses, they aren't men accumulating riches. They are the men who got too big for their shoes too fast, who probably saw big gangsters achieve success and wealth, and in their attempt to one day get there, ignored the organizing and planning that achievement took. Instead, they let their trigger-happy selves take over. Bhikhu Matre believes that in order for him to be the best gangster of Mumbai, he's got to be the only gangster in Mumbai. Hence, setting off into motion the after effects of an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Frankly, it reminded me of Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood, who will do anything to annihilate competition. Both Bhikhu and Plainview have some general tenderness in their lives in the form of their families. They're humanized. But in moments of uncontrollable anger, only their idea of who they see themselves as remains. Everything else is forgotten when white-hot rage takes over. Coming to the title character, Satya. It kind of makes sense that we know nothing about him, where he's from, what his backstory is, except one line when Khandilkar says to Vidya कि वो लड़कियों का धंधा करता था, पता है? Which is said during an interrogation, so you don't know if it's the truth. Maybe not. So to me, Satya becomes the collective embodiment of these everyday small-time gangsters who hired shooters and lawyers and made little kingdoms of their own. Satya could be any of them. All of them didn't matter. Only what matters is the haphazard first act of the film, where you see Satya first get to the city, get involved with this community, one wrong foot through one wrong door, a will to survive in a hostile land, and now, boom, you're a gangster. In a city ready for your escapades, infrastructure in place. I mean, when Satya first gets to Mumbai, he's living in a tabela. So he's surrounded by literal shit. उससे बाहर निकलने के लिए जो भी करना है, जल्दी करना है. Like Bhigu Matre says, करना है. तो करना है. Which makes me read Satya's death also more significantly if you're seeing him as a personification of the 90s Mumbai underworld. Satya doesn't die in a gang war or by a member of an opposite gang the way Bhigu Matre does, but he is shot down by the police at the feet of the woman he loves, right outside his own house, hence signifying the impending end of the Mumbai underworld. I don't know if Ram Gopal Varma was clairvoyant and saw it coming. Like Rangila begins with the Mumbai soundscape, Satya begins with the Mumbai montage. Dirty streets, cramped homes, intrepid big city people surviving through whichever means possible, an aesthetic which then continues throughout the film. Kallu Mama's lair has one too many people with guns, very uncomfy. Bhau's party office is in the tiniest Mumbai lane imaginable. Satya and Vidya both live in one-room homes. Everyone goes to dingy bars. उसमें जोड़ दीजिए और दम घोटने के लिए tight frames, long no-cut takes with lots of heavy dialogue, 90% of it delivered by men. In the Sapne Mein Milti Hai song, for instance, as Makarand Deshpande and Manoj Bajpayee are losing their minds dancing, you can see literal beads of sweat flying off of their hair and hitting each other in the face without any fancy lighting or editing. It's just a masterclass in everything working together to achieve the perfect intended look and feel. Sidebar, how great would a Shefali Shah spin-off be? A gangster's wife who's not just accepted this life but actively enjoys being a part of it. Despite the manic action, many characters with varied names, lots of shootouts, it's incredible how absolutely coherent Satya remains start to finish. About 40 minutes in, there is a handy but unnecessary dream sequence where Satya neatly recaps everything that has happened so far. And later on, there is another recap scene where a police officer is talking to another, which is quite nice. But even if these two scenes didn't exist, Anurag Kashyap and Saurabh Shukla's writing still wouldn't leave you and wander off. It's quite an achievement. Speaking of wandering off, RGV. Like Rangila, Ram Gopal Varma here also references Steven Spielberg. Clearly, he's in awe of what that filmmaker was achieving with his career at the time and is attempting to emulate the same. Where on his journey he took a turn towards RGV ki aag and everything else that's followed remains a mystery. जब वो solve होगी तब होगी. आप सत्या देख लो तब तक एक बार फिर. And subscribe to Film Companion. Let me know in the comments which other films you'd like us to watch for Time Machine. Alright, bye.